Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Alrighty, this showed up in my group chat last week. This was at the Delta lot at O'Hare. So there's Bum Lot South, which is Midway, Bum Lot North, which is O'Hare, and then there's the secondary or the overflow lot / Delta lot, which has been lovingly referred to as BLM, Bum Lot Montrose, because of the Montrose Street. And there was a repossession taking place there last week. So when I first saw this, right, because I asked when I saw the picture, I'm like, was it a repossession or was it a tow? And he said it's a repo. So, and you could tell there's looks like there's a couple different people standing around taking pictures. This is not an everyday occurrence, so obviously this will get the attention of people. Now, when I first put my belt on, when I first saw this picture, like, I can't help but think of the circumstances surrounding it, right? And that's why I kind of want to make a video about this, because I've never, like I said, in my 4.5 years of doing this, or nearly 4.5 years, I don't think I've definitely never seen it, but I've never heard of someone's car getting repossessed at the bum lot. So I wanted to field the questions to you guys, because I don't know the whole story. So I wanted to ask my viewing audience, what do you guys think this happened? Because like, when I first saw this, the first thing that came to mind was that car was an Uber rental. You know, like the Hertz. Oh yeah, you rent through Hertz, right? Yeah. That was an Uber rental. They stopped paying, but they were still doing, like, they're still trying to be sneaky and do Lyft rides, maybe. Because I know if I'm pretty sure, like, let's say you're renting and that's your only car, and you're renting from Uber. If the car's not paid for, they're going to deactivate your account. Or they'll maybe not, like, I don't like when the other channels always say deactivated. Like, when you're deactivated, you're deactivated. When someone calls you in for, like, you know, a report of being intoxicated or whatever reports, they suspend your account. That's not deactivation. So I think if you don't pay the rental or you don't return the rental, they probably don't deactivate your account or suspend your account, but they definitely will suspend or deactivate the car on the account, right? So, in other words, you won't be able to go online without that car. But that doesn't mean that, I mean, I've definitely seen this happen where Uber drivers will use they'll be renting an Uber car, but they'll still be driving on Lyft, and they'll just ignore the question if someone be like, oh yeah, are you sure this is the right car on your account? Because your car's supposed to be this, because you're not supposed to be using the Uber rental to drive for Lyft, just like you're not supposed to use the Lyft rental to drive for Uber. So that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw this picture, is this person was renting from one of the apps, stopped paying, but they were still trying to use the car to make money, which that's gonna, you know, you're gonna get away with that for all of a few days, a week maybe, because there's GPS trackers on these cars, and if you yank the GPS, there's gonna be an issue, right? There's GPS trackers on these cars. Another one is the most obvious one. This person financed the car and then fell behind. I think, if you help me out on this one, guys, I've never had this issue before. I think they repossessed the car after 3 missed payments. So that's the most obvious thing that could have happened, is this person fell really behind, missed 3 payments, and then they snatched the car. But that's the thing, even if they missed 3 payments, the repo company still has to try to research and find you. So potentially this person could have been way more than 3 months behind. You know, they could have been parking this car at their significant other's house. They could have been parking at the parents' house. Whatever the deal might be, you know, if they fell behind payments, odds are they've been behind for a while, not just 3 months. And if that did happen, like, the repo company obviously knew where to find this car. So that means that they were obviously investigating the patterns of this driver. And if they knew to get the car at the bum lot, then they knew where this driver spent a lot of time, and they knew how they made money. What other? I mean, I know someone in my group chat said that if you have really, really bad credit, they'll put a GPS tracker on your car before the loan is satisfied. Like if you're a high risk loan, which, I mean, that could have happened here. Yeah, it's so many different things. Like, I mean, maybe it was someone who is a part-time driver, and they took out a loan on a car. I mean, there's so many different scenarios. But like I said, if that lets you know how tough it is for some people, and a lot of people don't make good financial decisions. Maybe, like, I remember the year of 2017. This is back when Uber still had the exchange leasing program. I got picked up from a guy. He said his credit was really bad, so he got into his Chevy Sonic for, like, it was a really high APR. And he said he was just getting into rideshare. His credit sucked and all this stuff. And a Chevy Sonic, brand new, guys. You're talking about, I mean, I think it was the LE. You're talking about $15,500. But the total amount for that loan was going to be like $27,000. It's something ridiculous. It was a horrible loan. And I told him, I'm like, dude, right now that car's worth, I was like, if you attack that loan head on, you'll be able to pay it off in like 12 months. He's like, you think? I'm like, no, I know, dude. Do not send minimum payments. Because in that guy's case, if he sent the minimum payments on that car will be in the junkyard 3 years before the loan is satisfied. You know? So I think, like, what could have happened here was, yeah, this person had bad credit. They got in over their heads. But it's like, here's the thing, guys. You've seen the numbers from drivers in Chicago. You've seen my numbers. If you're a full-timer, even if you have one app, if you're a full-timer doing 40 to 60 hours, you're making between $1,000 and $1,500 per month. And I get it. Shit happens. Financial issues arise. But they didn't repo the car because they don't like you. They didn't repo the car for anything personal. The only reason they would repo the car if you fell behind on payments is if you fell behind on payments. And odds are this person's being sneaky and trying to be ahead of the repo because they knew it was coming. And the repo company did the research, did some investigating, and knew where to find the car. But that's also considering if, in fact, if this was just, non-payment. Like I said, it could have been a rental that wasn't paid, but they're still driving on the other apps. I've definitely heard of that. This could have been one of the other, this could have been one of the Uber fare cars. This could have been anything, but I'm definitely leaning towards driver rented this from one of the companies, didn't pay, but was still driving it on the other apps, which, if they were doing that, they were risking their account one way or the other, because if a passenger reports you for driving a different car than the one listed on your account, then you could probably kiss your account goodbye. And the other most likely probability is that he or she fell behind on the payments, and then they just snatched it. So, yeah, I mean, this is a common occurrence, unfortunately. People just get in way over their heads with these loans. And if you got bad credit, it's, they will absolutely fuck you on those loans if you have bad credit. So, yeah, hopefully this person gets this issue corrected. If whatever it is, hopefully it doesn't fuck up their finances too bad, honestly. But what do you guys think? What makes you think that what could have led to a car being towed out of the bum lot, right? And like I said, this must have been an ongoing thing. This had to be going on for a while if the tow truck, or if the repo company knew exactly where to find the car, right? There had to be some research going on here. There had to be someone had to be following this person or had to know where to find this person to know where to get that car at that time, right? Because that's just not like, there's no way a tow truck for a repo companies just so happens to be driving by bum lots. He's like, oh yeah, that Camry looks familiar. Yeah, I'm gonna snatch that Camry, right? Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy, pay your bills on time. All right? Yeah, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.